Q3 earnings for Robinhood, ticker symbol Hood. Robinhood is one of those platforms that came, it actually was existing before the lockdown, but during the lockdown, it came out banging. I mean, a lot of Gen Z, youth, younger investors, newer investors were using Robinhood. Robinhood had, series of cases. Somebody committed suicide. They've had seen there was this issue of an order flow, order for payment. They were using order to. We will look at all the details. It's like you place an order, they are using order flow. Then not your order doesn't go directly to the system, to the network itself. They gather all your order, they resell your order to another broker. It's a bit technical, but those who are in the industry understand better. We'll have a look at that technical aspect of it, online. We also have a look at their website. However, they actually beat their earnings, even though the stock has actually dropped about 70% or even more. I don't have a Hood in my portfolio. It's not a stock I want to really look into. I don't believe in their business idea itself. It is just like, to me, it's like, a broker having a platform. And, the other thing was that they attracted young people with, how the platform actually looks. They made it easy to invest, which was why a lot of millennials and Gen Z actually were using it. But they actually beat their earnings, and that's missed on the EPS. So let's have a look at the details of the earnings. Then we'll have a look at the app itself. We'll have a look at their website, and also to see if we can get any information on the technical chart and the price action. So let's have a look. The actual revenue is 361 million. Well, what was expected was about 327 million. The EPS was actually 20 and 0.20 cent, and what was expected was, I think, 0.27 cent or so, or 30 cents. So it was just a near miss. But as I said, Robinhood is actually famous during the lockdown and before the lockdown, and it did very well. In fact, they dragged them to court. The FCC, the SEC, had to drag them to court on one reason or the other. A lot of issues have come up from, also, I don't want to say any stock that has a link that has to do with Cathy Wood. They all sank. But then, Cathy Wood also invested in Wood. I don't really like to go into anything that has to do with Cathy Wood, so it doesn't appear that I'm criticizing that unfairly. But, Cathy Wood, let's leave Activist. Let's leave it on one side. Let's have a look at the website.
Here is the website for Robinhood. As you can see, it actually looks very colorful for an investment platform. You see, it then shows you, it makes you feel, investing is easy. How relaxed a person sat there and using a phone. So, see, this is targeted at young people, the Gen Z and the millennial investing. Start building your portfolio with just $1. Can you imagine? Like a fractional shares. It gives you access of investing a fractional share. That's one thing you should also note about Robinhood. The ETF. It actually makes investing easy. So investing now looks like you're having fun instead of really investing and check filing, making sure things are right. It doesn't tell you about intrinsic value or what you need to do valuation. It just gives you an idea that you can just press your phone and I mean this is also a Bitcoin. Things like that. Um, Robinhood Cash Card, hand weekly reward as you spend. It also provides, this is what I'm saying, until you come to the website, you see that they have other product. Now you can see invest, crypto, cash card, learn, snacks, and support. So they offer different kind of product. But what I need you to see is that it looks very colorful. It doesn't look too serious. So you don't have that serious. I mean, you're not really serious minded. You don't take investing as serious as it should actually be taken. Become a better investor on the go. You see, on the go, moving with your phone, right in the app. So, I mean, from here you can download the app. Uh, it's an app that you can download. You see, look at this. it gives you the impression join a new generation of investors. You can sign up there and also look at the atmosphere. Young people, colorful area, parks, nightclub, different things. So it gives you that kind of mindset. So this is why a guy invested a lot of money. A young guy, and he ended up committing suicide because he didn't really understand what he was doing, but he lost a lot of money. Anyway, SEC has there are some case with the SEC, about the even though since they were not on IPO. I mean, they were not public. Now they've also they're trading their shares, which is why we're doing their earnings. I think this is the first year or so of their the IPO came out, things like that. But let's move on to the investor relation, which I'm not even sure that button. Okay, we can check here, snacks support. But then I already opened the hello. How can we help you? Um, I already opened the where you can actually see um, the, the earnings. I'm trying to look for investor relation on their website. Yeah, I mean there should be a link to take you to the investor relation. But however, for the purpose of time saving, I've actually opened it here. So we have the Robinhood report third quarter 2022 result. Here we have the date is 2nd of November 2022, Menlo Park, California, November 2, 2002, Globe Newswire, Robinhood. Total revenue increased 14% sequentially to 361 million. Transaction-based revenue increased 3% sequentially to 208 million. Option increase. That's nothing I've not mentioned. The option trading is very applicable to available on Robinhood platform. Option increased 10% sequentially to 124 million. Cryptocurrency decreased 12% sequentially to 51 million. Equities increased 7% sequentially to 31 million. Net interest revenue increased 73 percent sequentially to 128 million. Net loss was 175 million or 0.20 20 cent per share compared with a net loss of 295 million or 0.34 per share in the second quarter of 2022, a sequential improvement of 120 million or 0.14 cent per share. Operating expenses increased 12% sequentially to 535 million. Operating expense prior to share-based compensation decreased 5% sequentially to 425 million, which included 90 million of restructuring charges related to the August 2022 restructuring defined below. Operating expense prior to share-based compensation and restructuring charges were 335 million, a sequential improvement of 94 million. Share-based compensation expense decreased 33% sequentially to 110 million. The decrease was primarily driven by a 53 million net reversal related to the August 22 restructuring and our reduced pace of hiring this year. Adjusted EBITDA non-GAAP was positive 47 million, a sequential improvement of 127 million. Non-cumulative funded account increased by approximately 60,000 sequentially to 22.9 million. Monthly active user MAU decreased 1.8 million sequentially to 12.2 million for September 2022 as customers continue to navigate the volatile market environment. I mean, we're still in bear market, so this is very understandable. Asset under custody (ACU) increased 1% sequentially to 64.6 billion, primarily driven by the net deposit, partially offset by lower market asset valuation. Net deposits were 22.7 billion, which translates to an annualized growth rate of 17% relative to June 2022 ending AUC over past 12 months. Net deposits were 18.0 billion, which translates to a growth of 19%. Average revenue per user ARPU increased to $63 from $56 in the second quarter of 2022. Cash and cash equivalent lent total 6.2 billion at September 30, 2022, compared to 6.0 billion at June 30th, 2022. In the third quarter, we achieved our goal of reaching adjusted EBITDA profitability a quarter earlier than planned, said Vlad Tenevid, CEO and co-founder of Robinhood Market. We delivered on top feature requests for customers, including advanced chat, options in cash account, instant withdrawal, and our self-custody Web3 wallet. In the next week, we are raising the yield on uninvested cash for gold members. You see, they have different members. That's for gold members, making it one of the best rates in the industry. We remain focused on serving our customer and driven long-term shareholder value in Q3, said Jason Wernick, the Chief Financial Officer, Robinhood. We drove positive adjusted EBITDA by increasing revenue and reducing expenses. We also continue to deliver on our 2022 product roadmap, which helped maintain steady net funded account. Highlight: Robinhood returns to adjusted EBITDA profitability in the third quarter. On GAAP basis, net loss was 175 million in the quarter, an improvement of 120 million from the second quarter. Adjusted EBITDA was positive 47 million in the quarter, up 127 million from the second quarter. Total net revenue increased 14% sequentially to 361 million in the third quarter. Robinhood delivers enhanced user experience. In July, Robinhood gave customers the ability to trade options in cash accounts. In August, Robinhood rolled out advanced chat to give advanced customers the capabilities they want for trading with access to customizable, quick, simple, and in-depth analysis within Robinhood app. Anyway, these are other functions and are available on their apps. Let's move on to the technical chart for price action. You can have a look at all these in your own time. So let's move on to the technical chart. Here is the Robinhood. Here is the weekly chart. The weekly chart. Let's start with market capitalization, 9.02 billion shares in float, 496.6 million shares outstanding, 880.3 million. The EPS rating is 58. The EPS growth is not applicable. Return on equity not applicable. Cash flow is still in negative. I mean, Robinhood is still is a new. I mean, it came out last year on IPO, so I'm not expecting them to actually be in positive by now. So it's negative all through. Let's move on to here. It is trading at $10.37 on 11/11/2022. The 52 weeks high is $36, while 52 weeks low is 11. It's actually here 52 weeks low, high and low, $6.81. It actually dropped as low as $6. Robinhood was in the era of about 70 $70 or so. It got to around no, it got to around $70 or so. But then it is trading minus 71%, 71.3% of 52 weeks high. So let's have a look at the ownership. The ownership, you have funds 27%, banks 4%. Checklist, I don't expect you to pass any of this anyway. Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett, now it will be zero. And then Benjamin Graham's, same as I expect. Technicals, I would say it is trading below 10 weeks moving average and below 40 weeks moving average. So let's have a look at the chart for the um, the price action. As you can see, there isn't much to actually. It's still a new stock, but then from as high as $60 or so, it has been trending down. Robinhood is actually a falling knife. If I call it a falling knife, I'm not really wrong. I'm still is in order. But then the stock tank based on the earnings. So let's have a look at it on a daily chart. And There isn't really much about Robinhood. As you can see, even on a daily chart, it has been flat. So um, guys, I don't think you should be investing in Robinhood except you like to. I mean, if you can be trading, doing cryptocurrency, you may as well do this because it's more or less the same. It's like you just are putting your money and throw it in the bin yourself. That's the way I see it. So guys, be careful.
The website for Robinhood, you have seen the app itself, and you have seen the earnings details. Guys, don't jump on Robinhood. It's to me, it's a falling knife. I'll be honest with you, I'm too conservative to jump into that kind of stuff. However, it's up to you, but do your valuation. Be sure that you understand what they do, and be sure that you're not just jumping on on FOMO. I mean, there's no FOMO on Robinhood again. You must have a good reason to want to, or you must believe in the business to really want to invest in Robinhood now. Don't act like Hood. Thank you for watching this channel. We'll continue to produce content that will support your investment journey. Please call again.